Yeah, let's go.
Pokemon Tournament Challenge Cup Master Ball. The opening blows are about to be exchanged in a furious battle between level 75 Pokemon.
Alright, well, the game wanted to redeem me for yesterday's blunder.
Feeling supersonic. No, that didn't connect. Look at that swagger. Oh, its confusion made it tougher. They're both hanging.
Well, I'm gonna sweep, that's for sure.
There it goes. It's super
Found wing attack. I think I know where Ancient Power is.
only one hit.
Supersonic was on the left.
What Pokemon will appear
Wing attack on down.
Oh, it's Sizzle.
Scizor makes it tough.
A hot battle.
Like, if I hit myself here, I lose my Aerodactyl.
How's that? Hit. That inflicted some damage. Vicious attack. That worked perfectly. The heated action.
Normally I'd risk it here, which seems kind of weird.
The trainer switching Pokemon.
The fastest thing to do is to risk it here, but I'm still getting back into the grind, so I'm gonna take this time to learn.
Oh, it's Ampharos.
I think it's worth switching to learn more about my team, potentially keep the continue anyway.
What guy? Ah, that didn't do much.
And now we get to learn more about our Ampharos, which is good. Ampharos would have been very bad lead for the next fight.
Here it comes. Thunder.
For example, if I had won this fight, used Ancient Power again, got the kill, his last is Pinsir or something, right? If I do that, we go into battle number 2, and I start with an Ampharos. That'd be a disaster.
Oh, it's Crobat. It's down to the last Pokemon.
So,
The number of
the correct line, as it turns out, was to learn more about my team, to have a chance at having a continue. We managed to, potentially, if I don't miss any thunders here.
Will this do it?
We gained knowledge,
Whoop. That
and we kept the continue.
It's a beautiful.
And that continue probably would have been wasted if I had,
What'll it do?
if I had just gone that route, the risky route, the needlessly risky route, I might add.
Will this decide it?
So if I wasn't confused there, that makes it an entirely different dynamic. Let's say I survive the swagger,
No more remaining.
I go to my attack, I'm confused, I kill Scyther, he goes out to Scizor, I attack again, and I'm no longer confused. That's where it gets debatable. I don't even know if Ancient Power 2 KOs at +2. So that would be something worth exploring. Trying to see if those are the kind of ranges that we can make. +2 Aerodactyl can 2 at KO Scizor. That's valuable information. But if I had broken Confusion the first attack on Scizor, that becomes an interesting decision on whether or not I stay or switch. That one is a little bit tougher, I gotta be honest. Because in general, I'd rather take my 1 in 5 chances to not have a bad start.
On the field to start the battle.
That sounded like Meowth, even though Meowth isn't in it. That's a Nidoqueen. I know it's Meowth isn't in Master Ball, but it just sounded like a Meowth. Right, so whatever we have is...
What will the trainer do now? That was a glancing blow. It's going. Sandstorm burst. These Pokemon are equally fit. There's plenty of fight left in both of them.
I didn't learn what my Pokemon was. I didn't hear what the attack was.
What's this?
It's going for Earthquake.
A light hit.
It's a light hit? What's going on? Am I?
How's that? The hit glanced right off.
All of my hits are bad, too.
Sandstorm ripped and
I don't want a hard switch, which sucks.
a hot battle is on.
But I genuinely can't figure out what this Pokemon is. I don't think I live 2 Earthquakes and 2 Sandstorms.
That did little damage.
But he keeps saying little damage.
What now? It appears to be impervious to damage.
Mudslap?
Accuracy is down. Now it's Sandstorm first. The crowd's excitement is building from this heated.
I think my best attack is on right.
Hang on.
But I've made it this far, I might as well see if I can figure out what my last move is.
Down it goes.
I genuinely cannot recognize that Pokemon.
The next Pokemon needs to be prepared.
Oh,
Oh, it's Poliwrath.
the OG.
Sandstorm rips and tears. The heated action continues.
One of my favorite water types, just because he's in my war record.
There's the attack.
Alright, we found Submission, which is one part's comforting, one part concerning. Because if I have Submission, I probably don't have Hydro Pump. I probably don't have Surf. I might have Waterfall. I could theoretically see a world where we have Waterfall Submission, but
Visibility has improved down on the field. Waterfall
okay. That comforts me. One, because I've always assumed that Waterfall was just weak enough to be considered in the same category as...
Pokemon will appear.
Because with the way this game like navigates randomly distributing moves,
Oh, it's Donphan.
it will probably not want to give you like... It wouldn't want to give you Surf Submission. That's a really good combination of attacks. So to nerf it, it would give you a weaker water move. But what I'm used to is maybe something like Cross Chop and Water Gun. That's bad. Because even though Cross Chop is a great move, Water Gun is awful. Ugh, that crit's bad. So the fact that Submission and Waterfall are not considered like mutually exclusive in strength is really comforting.
Just one Pokemon remains.
And so knowing that it can choose Waterfall and Submission is really good. Really nice to know. There's no way to win this. It's faster to just restart. We'll see what he goes for first. Horn attack. It's gonna be faster to just restart. Take our continue. Alright, so I don't recognize our third Pokemon, but it knows Mud Slap, and it's probably a normal type. Our last could be a fire type. I don't like Pinsir for this next fight, so I guess we're gonna have to use our third. So we'll go 4-6-3. 4 is Poliwrath, 6 is, who knows, could be a fire type, could be a grass type.
Lead off Pokemon on the field to start the battle.
If he leaves Nidoqueen, we're in a rough spot here too. Because Waterfall's okay, but I don't think it's to a KO okay. So I was talking about something right before I discovered Waterfall, Poliwrath. I'm trying to remember what it was.
What will the trainer do now?
Because I was talking about theoretical stuff.
Sparks are flying from both competitors. Waterfall attack.
Okay.
It's super effective.
Okay. The crowd was like muted for a split second while the hit was happening, so I was worried the crowd wasn't cheering, which would mean that he survived the attack. Thankfully he didn't. Honestly, I kind of want to save Poliwrath here somehow. But it feels like a bad idea to just hard switch into... anything. And thankfully, we lived 2 earthquakes. Granted, Nidoqueen is one of the weaker earthquakes in the game. Okay. I will say I'm surprised that a Donphan got 2 KO'd by Waterfall. Like, for example, if I had a Gyarados do Waterfall twice, Donphan would live. Pretty confident about that. Alright, I'm going to do something very risky. Needlessly risky here. I'm going to try and figure out what my third Pokemon is. Maybe go for a couple Mud Slaps. And then go hard into our last Pokemon. Umbreon makes a lot of sense. So we either have Protect or Toxic here, probably. Double team. We'll go for 1 Mud Slap, and then we're going to switch to our 6th. We're playing this really safe. I want to try and get a continue out of this. That's the main reason I'm doing this. That makes it a lot harder for my Poliwrath to live. But it does incentivize me to go for another Mud Slap. The Mud Slap... he'll be down by 2, and he's gonna probably go for Iron Tail here. I'm a little hasty. I'm gonna go to my 2nd now. This will be my 6th Pokemon, and this will be the last one we learn. Drill's okay. If we can find Sunny Day on accident and then Solar Beam, I'll feel good. I'd also be okay with Kick a Drain here. I wasn't surprised that we fell below half, but I was hoping we'd have a little more time. Although I'm really happy about Sludge Bomb, Sludge Bomb is definitely not the best thing to go for here. Unfortunately, I still need to go for my right move. It's probably Vine Whip. Ugh. He's gonna go for Sandstorm here, probably. No! So now the question is, do I live 2 Sandstorms? Actually 3. My plan was to switch hard Poliwrath, but because he recasts Sandstorm, it's going to be difficult to do that. Alright, Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf is okay. Alright, This is the do or die time. I think there's still one more turn of Sandstorm. This is the highest chance I have of him still being asleep. So I think we go hard Polywrath, cast the Waterfall. Pray he doesn't wake up. And if he does, he's going for Iron Tail, which... Rollout. I can live a rollout. I can definitely take a rollout. Alright, this is probably the slowest I've ever played this fight. But we got our continue back. We learned all of our team. We have an okay Victory Bell. I usually prefer Giga Drain. If I have a grass type, I prefer to have something like Giga Drain. But Razor Leaf is not the worst, and Sludge Bomb is insane. So, big ups. I'm feeling good about this team. Pinsir is definitely a no. Our third is Umbreon, which is also bad. I mean, Umbreon's not bad for this fight explicitly, but Umbreon is a bad Pokemon in general. The one we have is bad. Double Team, Mud Slap, Bite, and then Headbutt or Takedown or something. I'm actually going to go with Aerodactyl on this one. I'm mostly confident that Ampharos Victory Bell is going to be enough to win this. Cloyster. We just need to hit a Thunder. Okay. He's either going to an Arcanine or a Rhydon. Snorlax makes sense, I guess. So it's a good thing I chose Aerodactyl. That might have been a Paralysis. He sounded very excited for that. It's a good thing we chose Aerodactyl, though. I don't think I was ever going to choose Polywrath for this fight, because if it's Tentacruel or Starmie or Jinx, it's a really bad matchup. But, again, I think it's really good that we chose a physical attacker in this one. Granted... Wow. Woo. Granted, Victory Bell is a physical attacker with Sludge Bomb, but Aerodactyl is the best switch for this Snorlax. Blizzard? No freeze? I don't think Blizzard's a 2-hit KO, but I do think it's doing like 40%. Nice. So it was a Paralysis. That was a good read by me. That's one of the things I don't like about this game, is there's just... Nice! There's very tiny moments in this game where... Did that crit? Okay. I was slightly worried that might have crit. There are certain things that the announcer doesn't say, like for example, if he had crit me there, I'm pretty sure he would have said it, but if he had crit me there, all I had to go off of was the reaction of, wow! And so when it comes to instances like when that Thunder hit that Snorlax, I only know it paralyzed. Alright, went back to Cloyster. Kinda want to switch, but I'm in a frenzied state. Yeah. It probably would have been smarter to switch, but I don't care about getting a continue here. The fastest thing is to just do that. Then we go hard Victory Bell, Razor Leaf, Razor Leaf. So as I was saying, it sucks that you won't be able to get information because the announcer just doesn't say. They got burned, they got paralyzed. you have to listen. So for something like freeze, you can hear a freeze. And that was a crit, probably. You have to figure out, depending on the circumstance, whether or not you got a paralysis or a burn. So for example, Snorlax, big special defense. Kabutops. That's a really good Pokemon for me. So when Snorlax, who has a lot of special defense, takes a hit from a Thunder, and the announcer says, "Wow!" all you can know is that it either crit or it paralyzed. But usually he has a line for when it crits, so that's why I know it wasn't a crit. So it's things like that that you have to be able to tune into to know when you've done something relevant. To know when you've burned someone or when you've paralyzed someone. Because switching, even though I was normally going to switch anyway, the fact that he's paralyzed makes me feel a lot more confident in a switch. Let's say it's a different circumstance where I got a paralysis and it's a threatening Pokemon, right? Something that's threatening my Ampharos. Or threatening something else. Like it would be a threat to my Aerodactyl. I wouldn't be as worried about switching to an Aerodactyl. Because then I'd know he was paralyzed and I have that out to know that, okay, this is a little risky, but because he's paralyzed, this is probably an okay play. Okay.
Combatants face each other. Here's the first move.
So I went with Ampharos instead of Victory Bell here. I like Victory Bell a little bit better for this fight because of Snorlax and Blissey. I'm going to be switching to Ampharos here because I think this is a... I still can't tell the difference between Scizor and Heracross. I'm really rusty right now. Switching was not a good idea, though. Switching was not a good idea. It's a good idea in the sense that now I know I need to switch to Aerodactyl. And we're also going to gain some Attract information here. If he uses Attract, that means these two are the same gender. And if he uses Attract and it hits, that means all my Pokemon are susceptible to Attract. Okay. He just went for the kill, which is good. And now we hope he doesn't have something like a Rhydon or a Porygon. No switch is good. Now we've taken some pretty bad hits here, which is scary. Miltank would be the worst thing right now. Because then we have a half health Ampharos. Quarter health. Because now I can't even switch to Ampharos. I just have to wing attack twice, die, and then go to Poliwrath and submission. Can't remember if wing attack 2 KOs or not. Alright, well. Hydro Pump might kill an Ampharos from half. The main issue here is that submission definitely won't kill from half, even if wing attack did bring it to half. So we have to go Ampharos, we have to hit Thunder. And we have to hope his last is not... No, Snorlax would be okay. Mudslap? Dodrio would be a scary last Pokemon. It honestly might be worth switching if he goes to a Dodrio right now.
Oh, it's Umbreon. This is the last Pokemon. It's a fierce battle.
I think we can go hard Poliwrath on this one. Poliwrath's taking no damage. We can bait out an Attract, get a feel for it.
Pokemon is back for another go. What'll it do?
Okay, so we're in trouble.
Hey, it became attracted to the opponent.
We'll go for one submission first, and then go hard Ampharos, and then attack until we die, and then finish with submission.
Vicious attack.
That had to hurt.
Crack that tail. There, defense stat went down. The heated action.
I'm going to attack one more time, which might be a mistake,
It appears to be attracted to the other Pokemon.
because Tail Whip is weird.
There's the attack.
Feint Attack, which is not a defense-lowering attack.
Battle continues.
Why did he Tail Whip?
This Pokemon is very much attracted by the opponent.
Because he's still going for Feint Attack,
What next?
and because I'm pretty sure I'm at full health, I'm going to stay in.
Hanging tough.
That is to say, I was at full health. Haven't taken any damage.
Submission going down. Whoop, that missed. What now? It's not very effective.
That sounds like a normal hit. That didn't sound like a Feint Attack.
Is unfolding. It appears to be attracted to the other Pokemon. How's that?
That's a Feint Attack.
Accomplishment. Sparks are flying from close
I was going to listen to see if he said, if I was low or not.
a furious attack. That struck home.
We got there. That was probably the fastest way to do it. The safest way to play that fight was go Ampharos after one submission attempt. Tough to say. Alright. Victory Bell is sketchy for this next fight, but I am not too concerned. I'm really weak to Exeggutor with the team I'm about to choose. Really weak to Exeggutor. I'm going Aerodactyl Victory Bell with Poliwrath in the back.
Pokemon echo all over Pokemon.
Aerodactyl can most of the time solo this fight.
Round 5 begins now.
Ninetales is a good start.
A sharp attack. It's super effective. The sunlight has turned
Okay. We take those.
It's a fierce battle. A show of ancient power. Drilled a weakness. There it is. Knockout.
So if he goes Exeggutor here,
Pokemon needs to be prepared. Oh, it's Exeggutor.
and if he has Solar Beam,
The heated action continues.
we're in a pickle.
There it goes. That had to hurt.
He has Giga Drain.
There's the shot. Yes, it's a hit. The crowd's excitement
I'm not going to try to get a continue here.
is battle.
It's a lot of risk for not a lot of reward. I don't know if...
Wing attack. Bullseye. Oh, it's
Okay. I was going to say, I don't know if Wing Attack to a Chaos. I don't know if Wing Attack into Sludge Bomb kills, because I can switch it hard to Victory Bell. Solar Beam doesn't kill. But there's also the risk that There's also the theoretical chance that I'm going to try and 2-KO Arcanine here, but I want to switch to Poliwrath. There's a chance that he goes for Solar Beam the first time, and then he goes for Psychic to finish me off, right? So that's a risk. Oh, that crit's going to kill for sure. I think we're out of the sunlight. But if we're not, I think I go hard Victory Bell. Even so, Sunny Day into Waterfall. Waterfall is going to feel really bad. Okay. It's just Flamethrower too. So yeah, that was my only concern with Exeggutor and Sunny Day was I couldn't remember if Wing Attack 2 KO'd. And if it didn't, and if I tried to outplay it by keeping like a continue or go for a continue, switching to Victory Bell wasn't a guaranteed thing either because Solar Beam could be enough and then he goes for Psychic for some reason. Because you know the game cheats. He knows what I have in my game, in my teams. If Psychic was in range, he might go for Psychic there, expecting a switch. Those kind of things. So those are the things I had to think about. Thankfully, Wing Attack just 2-KO'd outright, which surprises me. We might actually choose the same team. No, we choose Ampharos. I kind of want to go with Victory Bell just because Victory Bell might be better, but in general, the best core you can have is a Water type, an Electric type, and then a powerhouse that either knows Earthquake or is Aerodactyl. Electrode, huh? This is where Victory Bell would be a smidge better. It's not perfect though. Our switch in for this is literally an Electric type that we only know one move of. I'm pretty sure it's Electrode. I don't think it's Tentacruel. I don't think I want to explore moves. Okay. If he switches here, we're in for a long fight. So apparently my opponent also knows the secret to a good core. An Electric type, a Ground type. The worst part is I need to keep Ampharos alive because if his last is a Water type, I'm in a really tough spot. Granted, my Poliwrath isn't like dead, like useless against a Water type on the end, but it loses to like a Starmie on the end. If his last is Starmie, then my Poliwrath is awful, so I need to keep Ampharos healthy and alive. And hopefully he just goes for Rollout and we win here. Perfect. As long as he doesn't miss, we should win here. Because he'll go Electrode. Man, Starmie's really scary, actually. Starmie is incredibly scary. It might be arguable to stay in with Poliwrath. If his last is a Fire type, Aerodactyl wins. If his last is a normal type, Aerodactyl wins. I think we need to stay in. Hope he misses. and then just get in some chip damage. Normally I'd go for submission here, but I'm just going to go for waterfall. There's nothing on the end here that... Nice. There's nothing on the end here that Polyrath beats that one of my other two can't also beat. So it's not worth getting paralyzed, getting hit by thunder, by switching to Ampharos. It's better to just play the dice game and see if we can dodge a couple thunders. And because we went for 3 waterfalls instead of 3 submissions, maybe even 2 submissions, we might get the kill here. Okay. And we lived. And they're cheering. Which means it died. Damn, dude, I used to respect Electrode. Like, Electrode used to be in my top 3. I actually used to respect Electrode as a Pokemon. Now I'm just... now I'm just laughing. Alright, we managed to squeak out a continue here by taking the correct line, which was don't switch and just dodge for him. And now we have 2 continue. So, things to consider for this next fight. Umbreon is really good against Psychics and Darks, or in Ghosts. There's only one Ghost. Umbreon is good in the next fight. Polyrath is not. I don't know why I'm thinking about this. I've chosen my team. My bottom row sucks in this fight. My top row is acceptable in this fight. So now the question is, do we lead Aerodactyl? Honestly, don't know. It's a close call. I'm going to lead with Ampharos because if he leads Starmie, we get the better matchup. And if he leads Espeon, Alakazam, Gengar, we just go hard Umbreon. We'll leave Aerodactyl for the back line to sweep up. Alakazam. I couldn't remember if Umbreon was second or third. Logic tells me he'd be second. I would put Umbreon as my second. Why did I put Aerodactyl second? Oh boy. And now special defense down too. We have cost ourselves a lot. That was a... I'm trying to think what my logic was. Why did I place Aerodactyl second? Alright. Our right move did not sound like a dark type attack. It sounded like a normal type attack when we first played. So I think left is bite. Now if we go for feint attack, which I don't think we have, but if we go for feint attack, then we're in a great spot. Nice. Right, so we got our turn back. Our opponent went for flash. And we went for feint attack. Did you just try to flash me again when I'm going for feint attack? I'm actually going to go for my right move to see what it is. I think it's Headbutt.
Oh, another wasted move.
And the only reason I'm going for Headbutt instead of Feint there is because he's missed 2 flashes in a row. Alright. Our Aerodactyl is at half HP. Pincer. I can deal with a Pincer, but I'm not thrilled about it because my Aerodactyl is at half HP. I can't think of any Pokemon in the end here that Aerodactyl needs to be alive for. Good. That hit is very important. I think that's Seismic Toss. And if it is, then I'm definitely living another one. Nice. Also, it was... the correct play was to use Wing Attack there, not Ancient Power. Faster animation. Ancient Power doesn't have a chance to get any stats when it kills. Oh boy. So now we can spend time looking for Ampharos's Rain Dance. Could also have Dynamic Punch. Iron Tail and Hyper Beam would be kind of rough. But those aren't as likely because we have Thunder. That goes back to what I was talking about earlier, which is... okay, Fan Attack. When it goes for moves, when the game is putting moves on your Pokemon, it's going to... Mud Slap. Oh boy. So when the game tries to give moves, it'll try and balance them out. So it won't give Thunder and Hyper Beam. Alright, we do have Dynamic Punch. I need to go hard Aerodactyl here. Take the Mud Slap. And then switch back to Ampharos. Ampharos hasn't taken any damage, so I shouldn't have to worry about a Swagger boosted. A Swagger boosted Mud Slap won't really deteriorate. But I will definitely have to switch back now. And so now, we have Dynamic Punch on bottom. So there's a small chance that up is a normal type move like Tackle. We do have Swagger on right. And we can also just opt to go straight for Thunder. I think it's worth exploring the chance for Rain Dance. Okay. We're gonna do this the long and the brutal way. We're going Aerodactyl, Umbreon, Mud Slap, switch to Ampharos. He has Feint Attack. What am I doing? Mud Slap doesn't do shit. Could also go for Supersonic here. Even though it's only like 55 accuracy. Yeah. I'm gonna mud slap first, and then make a decision.
What'll it do? That did little damage. The stat changer succeeded. How's that? A light attack. Wow, stat change. Both battlers still look fresh and ready for
We're gonna go for headbutt once.
What's this? The hit glanced right off. Ah, it raised its evasiveness. These Pokemon are equally fit. There's plenty of fight left in both of them. What now? That was a glancing blow. What next? A light hit.
Okay, that's comforting. Went for mud slap instead of double team.
Oh, it's effective! The crowd's excitement is building from this heated battle.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to go to hard Ampharos. This order of operations our opponent has done has been very confusing. He's probably gonna go for mud slap this turn, but I think it's time to just roll the thunder dice, finish the fight. He might go for double team here. Yeah.
It increased its evasiveness.
Alright.
One impact will dissolve.
So if he doesn't miss mud slap, we're going into -3 accuracy range.
There's the attack. Ah, that attack just bounced off. Yes, it's working. There's the shot. No, that didn't connect. Sparks are flying from both competitors.
Mud slap ×2.
What'll it do?
He's going for feint attack now.
It hung on by the skin of its
Ah, it was a range.
There's the attack. Oh, that missed too. The white hot
He's faster, so there's no reason to switch.
fake attack. Yes, it's a hit. Oh,
He's double teamed.
great play.
He's -1 accuracy. He's +2. Umbreon's taken a handful of hits.
For battle. This Pokemon is back for another go. This is the last Pokemon. They're both hanging tough.
I'm gonna go for one double team here.
Ah, it raised
I really don't want him to hit this mud slap.
How's that? The hit glanced right off.
Okay. That's the last I'm gonna do. From here on out, it's just gotta hit headbutt at -2. -3 actually. He's at +2 to double team.
What's next? Whoops, that missed. What's this? That was a glancing blow. The heated action.
Worst part is I think he has headbutt too.
What now? Oh my! Missed again.
We might lose this fight.
That did little damage.
Call back to the time that I had a run with the worst team in the history of all the challenge runs I've ever done, and I made it to this fight,
What'll it do? A light hit.
and it was a 1v1. We got that hit. No flinch.
How's that?
We got to this fight, and it was a 1v1 with Umbreons that didn't know any normal type moves or something. Like, they were literally just going for bites.
The hit glanced right off.
We're hitting these, which is really good. We need some flinches.
Oh, it flinched.
Nice.
The white hot battle continues.
And last time, our Umbreon let us down.
What's this? Oh, that's a miss. What now? That was a glancing blow. Whoa, that was close. It's a fierce.
We need to hit and flinch, or we need to hit and crit.
There's the attack. Whoa, that missed again.
Because now he's going for feint attack, for sure.
Finishing blow.
I really want to have Poliwrath. We're putting Aerodactyl last, Poliwrath second, Umbreon first. He didn't lead Starmie, which means he probably doesn't have Starmie. And Umbreon will beat everything that isn't Umbreon. What was that sound? There was just nothing. Might have been a Gengar. We'll go for Feint Attack either way. Okay. Please be a Gengar. I did not hear what you were. Okay. Must have been a Gengar. I gotta be honest, I played this game a long time. I've seen a lot of things, and I'm familiar with a lot of the weird things that computers will do. But I have never seen a double teamer continue to double team, or a flasher continue to flash, when I have access to Feint Attack. Flash makes a little bit of sense, right? Because with Flash, you're making it so my headbutt can miss. You're making it so my... I don't know what my other moves are for Umbreon, I've already forgotten them. You're making it so those moves miss, right? Mudslap. So Flash almost makes sense. Especially when you're an Alakazam and you don't have any attacks. But when you're a Gengar that's just double teaming, and I'm using Feint Attack, that makes 0 sense. Alright. Just need to hit one more time and then we're out of this fight. And I'm not worried about this because Mudslap, Feint Attack, Headbutt. This Umbreon's not going to kill me anytime soon. It's annoying that he figured out Mudslap is his best attack. I don't mind if you double team, right? If you double team, you're just delaying the inevitable, right? I still have all my HP. I'm not dead. But when you learn that, oh, I should Mudslap here, that concerns me. He's doing the right thing by Mudslapping, for sure. Because I'm going to slowly die and still continue to miss. Double Team is a one-sided gamble. Mudslap is at least a progressive gamble.
It increased its evasiveness. A hot battle is unfolding.
I'll go for one more submission and then switch.
Submission going down. No, that didn't connect. It raised its
He didn't Mudslap, which is kind of motivating me to do a submission again.
There it goes. Oh my, missed again. What's next? A light
Okay.
hit.
Now we go to Aerodactyl.
Yes, it's working. The crowd's excitement is building from this heated battle. This Pokemon is switching out. Oh, it's Aerodactyl. Foe is weak. Now's the time
Okay.
to attack.
Submission did bring him into the red.
It increased its evasiveness.
So Waterfall is also a winning attack.
Will this newly switched out Pokemon fair? Wing attack. Whoop, that evasiveness.
And this is what I don't mind.
There's a big HP difference
Double team,
between
whatever.
the two combatants.
I have to hit eventually, right? Statistically speaking, it's very hard for me to miss.
Oh, that missed too.
Forever. Asterisk. Forever. I can miss, but I can't miss forever. The odds on that are just way too low.
Still capable of going off,
But the other one looks tired.
How's that? Oh my! Missed again! What's this? The hit
So what could you have on the end here that I want to have Aerodactyl for?
ends up being that.
Charizard could be a threat. Excuse me.
What now? Oh, that missed too.
If he has a Charizard,
What's that?
I'll feel pretty bad.
Glancing blow. The heated action continues.
Okay.
What'll it do?
Nice. After this one, I was going to listen, see if my HP was low, and then make a switch.
Just one Pokemon remains.
Can't think of anything else I'd be worried about.
Oh, it's Starmie. This is the
Starmie.
last Pokemon.
Oh my god.
They're both hanging tough.
Wow.
Let's face each other.
This fight was tough.
A light hit.
This fight was tough.
Bubble beam. Man, that worked perfectly. Now it's
We should win,
that KO will bring out a new
but man, this was
Pokemon.
tough.
The Pokemon appears with a cry.
Frequently what I'll also experience
Remaining Pokemon
with these fights is they'll usually pick the same Pokemon in the second battle if you use a continue.
Ah, it raised its evasiveness.
But the fact that he had Starmie,
How's that? Bullseye.
had Gengar, and had Alakazam, three Pokemon that I think would be the first lead most of the time, just from experience. Those are usually the leading Pokemon, same as Espeon. Those four Pokemon will typically be the first Pokemon you fight in this battle. I'm surprised that he had Alakazam, had Gengar, and had Starmie, and didn't lead Starmie. Which is also why I led Ampharos in the last fight, by the way. Anytime I've ever experienced this fight with a Starmie, Starmie has always been in the lead, never been the third. Victory Bell doesn't really have a home here. I'd like to use Victory Bell, but Victory Bell does not have a home here. Let's lead Ampharos, so that if he goes to a ground type, we can go to Aerodactyl.
Trainer will claim the champion's throne.
We're going with the Electric Water Aerodactyl core, but we're leading Ampharos, and we'll see where this takes us. I think that's a Flareon. I'm gonna bank on that being a Flareon, actually. The problem is I don't know who's switching here.
Must not have been the right choice. Oh, it's Aerodactyl.
Dig?
What's the opening damage? That did little damage. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of
Is this not the Pokemon I think it is?
Here it comes! Thunder! That struck home! Oh, oh! Knockout! So, what will be the next Pokemon? This Pokemon is back for another show!
It's Jolteon.
The number of remaining Pokemon
My instinct was
but it's still early in this battle.
very poor.
Both get ready
But I'm not out of it. Shadow Ball is really weak from Jolteon. But losing an Aerodactyl for nothing is really bad. And losing special defense for no reason is really bad. Okay. Hitting that was pretty good. Since he's confused, I'm going to switch to Poliwrath. And this was what I was talking about earlier in the run. Because of information like confusion or paralysis, you'll make risky plays. I'm not going to win this fight anytime soon. Yeah, that's what I was working on. I need him to somehow, I need to put him in self-confusion and submission to win. I don't know why my instinct was Flareon. That was a very poor judgment. This is what happens when you haven't played in a year. Alright, tackle. Nice! I actually have a line here. Okay, even better, headbutt. I already know what the thumbnail of this video is going to be if he doesn't switch to a Rhydon here. Typhlosion's threatening. I don't think we're gonna win this. Yeah, he has access to the Earthquake. We need a paralysis or a crit. I can't remember if that's my Ampharos or if that's actually his berry. Yeah, didn't get there. Didn't get there, unfortunately. We have one continue left. Let's not switch Aerodactyl hard into a Jolteon. Typhlosion is a threat. Do we forgo Ampharos for Victreebel here? Ampharos, you put in the work. That Dynamic Punch was clutch. But we're gonna go Victreebel. The worst part is I think I actually still lose this. Alright, Thunder didn't kill. Sludge Bomb did kill. Okay. I am no longer in fear of my run failing again. Jolteon is literally the only Pokemon in the game that can beat an Aerodactyl. I mean, we have great switches. I think the safer switch is Poliwrath. He could have access to Thunder Punch, and in both of those cases, it's really bad. But since he's going for a fire move, I want to go to the Pokemon that doesn't lose when it gets burned. He went for Earthquake, so he must have Fire Blast. Or Flame Wheel? No, he'd use Flame Wheel or Fire Punch. He's gotta have Fire Blast. Or he somehow immaculately predicted the switch. That's also possible, but... This fight's in the bag for sure. We live 3 Earthquakes. I think he was the one that had the help item, not my Ampharos, which is what I was certain of. Not certain of, but I was mostly considering. I didn't think my Ampharos had a Gold Berry. Typhlosion having a Gold Berry made sense. Nice crit. And now his last... His last could be a lot of things. But Aerodactyl is pretty good against all of them. Aerodactyl is okay against this. Jinx is actually a major threat. I can't even switch. Alright, Confusion. 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 I don't think I win this, actually. If he hits a Blizzard, I think Aerodactyl dies. Like, actually gets one shot. And I'm pretty sure Victory Bell is not faster than Jinx. Alright, one shot anyway. Woo! That's good. That's the good news. I didn't... Okay, I did. My timer's good. Oh my goodness. That was the rustiest of derusting runs in the history of rusting. Wow. I was a little early on that, but it was not earlier than half a second early, so 108.19 sounds pretty accurate. I don't think it would have been 20. Let us review the chat, which was very short. Well, would you look at that. Long day of teaching kids to swim in a comfy stream. I'm all about the incredible timing. Yeah, I know what you mean when you say no fire type. 3 tries, man. I'm really out of it. Not much to review. Aerodactyl carries games. Ampharos with Thunder is a nice heavy hitter. And then when you have garbage for your last Pokemon. Poliwrath wasn't garbage, but because of the dynamic, we were very weak to Electric. We were very weak to Psychic. And we were moderately weak to Ice. Not that Ice happens very often, but that team has a really hard time with the fights we had really hard times with. Because we were basically playing with only 5 Pokemon. Pinsir is not a Pokemon. Umbreon is only good in one fight. And then Poliwrath's moveset was good. Ampharos's moveset was acceptable. Victory Bell is normally cool, but there was not really any good space for that because Victory Bell and Poliwrath are redundant. Yeah. Plus we also could have lost that last fight for sure. I don't know what to make from it. But I'm back. We're back. There's a good chance I'll be streaming a lot more lately. I will be streaming a lot more moving forward. There's a good chance for that. Yeah.